don't have backup fabric. Oh, hey friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, joining us for the first time, I'm Delphine, and this is Life by Delphine. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family, friends. It's Sunday. It's Sunday, and it's the first of the month. It's the first of the month. Hey, hey. It's 8 p.m., and that means it's time for Bible study. Well, it's 7:57. So you guys know I do a Bible study every Sunday, and throughout the week we focus on different chapters of a specific book that we focus on for that month. We're going to close out the last chapter, the last book that we read, which was Numbers, and then we're going to go introduce the next book, which is Deuteronomy, aka Deuteronomy. I got a new Bible cover. Normally my highlighters would go in here, but I have them laid out because I'm just highlighting the last few things. So yeah, I'm gonna do that really quickly, and then yeah. Dear Lord, thank you, God, for bringing us together once again to celebrate your word and to share in your word together. Thank you for the start of a new month, for a chance at renewal, a chance at restarting, a chance at refreshing. In Numbers chapter 12, Miriam and Aaron, these are Moses' sister and his brother, they too start to oppose Moses. And so they kind of start to grumbling. You know, God don't like that grumbling against his servant Moses. But they start to do the same kind of thing. And in the text, we see that Miriam's name comes first, which means she is kind of like inciting. She's the one who goes to Aaron and is like, you ever seen how Moses gets a little bit more special treatment? He is literally just focus on doing the work of God. Sometimes when you're focused on doing the work, right, people will take it as you have some sort of self-importance. But the reality is you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're walking in your purpose. And a lot of times that looks like promotion because favor ain't fair. And he summons Miriam and Aaron, and he basically tells them, listen, when I speak to Moses, I don't speak in dreams. I don't speak in visions. I speak directly to him, one-on-one, face to face. You're not the same, essentially. And he says, why then were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? You cannot speak against God's people and think that everything is going to be all cool. As a child of God, people cannot speak against you. When you are a servant of the Lord, people cannot just speak against you and think that nothing's going to happen. That's why sometimes you have to let God get his lick back. Because he himself says, why were you not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? Keep your focus on the Lord. He's going to handle the other people. Don't even worry about it. Hey friends, happy Friday. Today is Friday. I am stuffing my face before my next meeting. It's 2:26, my meeting's at 2:30. We are going on another side quest today. We're going to get our hair done. Before we get our hair done, let me show you guys what my usual routine is and what the usual products that I use are.
For so long, so stuck in my own way, so I'ma enjoy this moment. It's the day that the Lord has made. Nothing to see like the top down. Oh, there's nothing more way to live right now. So it's not less than another day. From 2009 to season 1, let's take a ride through the same like the top down. Yeah, time. Almost lost my mind a couple times. It got so hot I thought I wanna die. Blood dripping from my arm, just wanna feel inside. Too afraid to open up, so I'd rather hide. Man, I'm just so so grateful that I made it this far. Almost thought I had to call my mama in a cop car. Benny's everything for me and everything I need. I would be nothing if you didn't give me no reason to be. Cause I'm riding through the city. Let's put tomorrow away. And I ain't worried about it. Come too far.
So today we're going to I Am Nubian Salon, which is a salon located in Long Island, New York. And I'm super excited. I have never, so my aunt is a hairstylist or she's a hairstylist. And she's been doing my hair since I was born. And then closer to like, I would say when I went to college, I started doing my hair myself, especially when I went natural. I big chopped years ago and I started doing my hair myself. This is going to be, I did once go to a Dominican salon, but I can't remember if I was natural or not. I feel like I wasn't natural at that time. I don't think I was. So I believe this is the first time that I'm going to a natural hair salon. So I'm very excited. I've heard great things. One thing about me, if it's a black woman, and especially if it's a Haitian woman, I'm going to go. I'm going to spend my coin. I'm going to support. So, of course, you know, this was the choice that made sense. Not only that, the salon comes recommended by multiple people that I know closely. So very excited. My primary reason for going is I need a trim. I need a trim bad. We've talked about this. You guys know I need a trim. And also I'm focused on hair growth this year, which probably means more protective styles. But it also means taking care of your hair. And there is no better feeling than somebody else doing your hair. So very excited. I'm going to scarf this down because we're actually going to leave right after my meeting. And then we have dinner plans, which is why I'm kind of made up. So we're going straight to dinner from the salon. My boyfriend's picking me up and then we're gonna go. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little family dinner tonight. I think we're going to Sugar Factory, so that'll be fun. Yeah, so but we gotta eat first because this is my first meal of the day and it's 2:30. And there's my view.
See, this is why I don't like with the oil.
Yeah.
Also, too, because we're coming off from braids and all the
Oh my god.
that's just buildup, which is okay. And you see, this is why I say not to use too much oil because you have a lot of sebum already.
Yeah.
Your scalp stimulates sebum, so it has like that oil base already, so you don't need to put anything on top of it. So right now, all of this extra stuff is just product buildup, dry skin cells, things that's clogging the pores. Of course, we're due for a wash, so that's why it looks like that.
Okay.
But your scalp doesn't look like it has much inflammation.
So fancy. Perfect. Which is perfect because I'm not going anywhere after tonight. So I'll be out just in time. That's cute. Hi, how are you? I have a reservation for 7:30. I think they're already sitting. Delfine? Yeah, somebody.
Alright, hold on.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Somebody had a red already. Stole it.
How is it?
I'm pretty sure they taste exactly the same.
Want them to do whatever, you're supposed to say, no, I don't mind. Go ahead. Because when you say yes, that means yes, I mind. Don't do it.
Okay. Sugar Factory's out here giving the kids diabetes.
Yo, this thing is dripping.
Of course, it's melting. It's ice cream.
For some reason, I felt like it's supposed to stay up like a statue.
I know, like it's fake, right?
Yeah.
Like the Simpsons.
It's real.
Like the Simpsons or
Yes.
whatever. It's real and it's diabetes. I want one now.
Look at this.
I want one. I want a mini one. It has 2 brownies on it. I think we should take part of it off.
He won't even get through the whipped cream.
No, I think we should take everything from the donut off. And then he can eat we'll ask him for another plate. Or here, we can take it off of this if you want. But we'll ask him for another plate. We'll take everything from the donut off. And then there's whipped cream in it. So if you want to drink it, you can just have the whipped cream that's in it. And we'll put this on the side somewhere. Baby, you can drink it first and then we'll see if you're awake.
Yeah. This is to kids what alcohol is to adults.
Yes.
Absolutely. He's gonna be like this.
Slumped. He's slumped and sick. The decoration in here is so pretty. They do Christmas too. It's a lot. Like he didn't support. You should see his face. Thank you. Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Bubbles.
What is that?
Let me not do that because the Lord's going to spite me and say, oh yeah, hocus pocus. Thank you. It's actually good looking. What do you mean?
Like, it was I'm gonna touch your butt.
Fine.
Oh. You don't need to make jokes about it.
Y'all, I got in the car after my hair appointment and after dinner. These were waiting for me on the seat. My baby. Look how gorgeous. There's a hair appointment that gets flowers. Me. Happy Tuesday. It is February 10th. It's my sister's birthday. My sister from another mister. Anyway, here's the deal. We have a party, a Valentine's Day party on Friday. Today's Tuesday. we bought a dress. Hate the dress. Do not like it. Fashion Nova, like, I don't know. The dress is like 3 different dresses in one. Like, y'all gotta chill. We're making our dress. Update, we are making our dress. So, I kind of started it already. I'm going to show you guys like the process of me doing the top, but yeah. We got a lot to do today. Today's goal is to, I wrote it down. Today's goal is to show you guys where we at so far. So this is the corset top. I already placed and pinned the lace, like the overlay fabric that's going to go on top of it, including like the little dart and everything. So today I want to finish the skirt. Well, I want to start the skirt and start hand sewing the corset beading. So let me bring her closer to you. So I have the fabric. This is like this is a lace fabric, a beaded lace fabric, or sequin lace fabric. But I also have beads and like some other stuff that I want to add to it to make it a little bit more 3-dimensional. So my goal is to start, at least get this down today. And then also, originally I was going to make a mini skirt and then make the lace overlay skirt on top of it, just to like cover like the essentials, you know what I mean? But now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm just going to make the skirt and then make the other skirt like a lining. I hope that makes sense. What I'm trying to say is making sense. But anyway, so I have all this fabric. And at first, oh, that's my mask. This mask is hella uncomfortable. But anyway, I have all this fabric. So this is what the skirt is going to be made out of. I cut from it. Some part of it. I don't remember. Oh. This side. Okay. So this this is what the skirt is going to be made out of. Oh, I have plenty left. So yeah. For some reason, I thought I could just like get to cutting. But I'm actually going to draft a pattern. So yeah, so we're going to draft the pattern. Hopefully then we can cut the skirt. And then we're going to go into like sewing. So I'm going to try to grab a table. And then I'll show you guys like the process. Okay, so first things first, I have to draft the pattern. So I'm going to draft the pattern onto this brown paper, and this is what I'm going to use kind of like to create my outline, my guide. I am using a tutorial, but I'm essentially going to mark off like where everything is and then use this as like my stencil essentially. So I'll take this, I'll lay it on top of the fabric, and then this is what I will use to as my guide to cut the actual fabric. So this is like my trial essentially. So I'm going to mark off like the waist, the hip. I'm going to mark off where my slit is going to be, because this is going to be a full maxi gown essentially with a slit. And then I'm also going to mark off the length. So right now I'm just going to measure on my body. I'm just going to measure how long I want it. I essentially want it long enough for me to wear a heel and it kind of like graze the floor. I don't really want it to be much longer than that, and I don't really need it to have like a train or anything like that, but I do want it to have just a little bit of a flare so that I can kick the slit out. So little hack, you just lay out your thing, your measuring tape, and then just step on it, and then you want to just put it like wherever you want the skirt essentially to start, which I like it. It's going to be high waist because it's going to meet the corset. Step on it, pick it up. It's about 40 inches. I'm really small. So yeah, so we're going to measure out 40 inches, probably give or take an inch or two, just so that we have enough with plenty of room. I'm going to do 43 because, yeah, I tend to make mistakes. So yeah, so we marked off 43. So I'm going to draft this and I'll show you guys what the pattern looks like. So now the front piece of my garment is drafted. This is the edge. I'm going to cut this along the fold, so it would be 2. So this is only half the skirt. This is my slit. It's not going to be this long, y'all. And then this is the outside, which would be like my side seam. So this is the side seam, this is half the inside, and then this is the slit going down the center. Again, I want it to be, I think we did 43 inches, I think I said. So pretty long considering I am only 61 inches altogether. But this is going to be the skirt. So yeah, so we're gonna cut this out, and then we're gonna do a similar thing on the other side for the back of the skirt. So now this is my fabric. I don't know if you guys can see, but essentially this right here is the center pattern. So I want this to be at the center, which means the edge of my front, remember this is my hip, this round part is my hip. So it's hard to see, but the rounded part is my hip, which means this is my center. So this has to line up with the center of the design in order for it to sit properly. So what I'm going to do before I touch that is I'm going to find the center, fold the fabric in half. Just to be safe, I'm going to fold it in half on the inside. I always mess this part up, but I'm going to fold it in half on the inside. Again, just making sure that I am folding the fabric and pinning it so that it is completely symmetrical. That's the only well, that's one of the downsides about doing something with a pattern like this, is that it has to be exact. So I'm just going to pin along the sequence just to make sure that it hits exactly and that it's 100% even as I go down the dress. What is the center? What does this look like? Oh, these two. You essentially just look for its mate. Like, it should match on the other side. Realistically speaking, if you do this right, other parts of the design should all lay flat together too. So you know that, like, all right, I did this right. Now that I've laid out my pattern on the fabric, I prayed about it, I measured, I remeasured, God got me. Now it is time for me to cut the fabric. I don't have backup fabric. But it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We have faith. God gave us this talent. We are not wasting it. We are being good stewards of it. And so he will reward us. Please, Lord. So I'm just going to cut along the outside. Yes, I'm cutting through the sequins. Yes, I'm sure there's a better, smarter, more correct way to do this. No, I'm not going to stop. So I'm going to cut, I believe, just until the hip line. To like where the fold is. You see where the paper is folded? I'm going to go all the way up, following my pattern. Just about there. And now I'm going to put this back together and make sure this is smooth. And now I'm going to follow the line continuously until I get to the waist, which is up here. So I'm going to keep cutting and just like get a little closer so that I can get to the accurate waist measurement. I am going to go up like an inch or so. I think this is a little bit more than an inch. Whoa! And your fabric will start to fall. put this to hold it. Okay. Just because the person I'm following, she's doing a waistband. I'm not doing a waistband because I'm connecting it to the corset. Okay, perfect. So we're going to get rid of this excess fabric. Oh, not drop the camera. I don't drop you guys. Okay. Now we have essentially the front part of the skirt. Hey friends, it's Wednesday, which means the event is in 2 days. And we are going to begin the sewing of the corset. So I'm gonna drop you guys down a little bit so you can see. So again, I pinned the corset. I am missing like a little bit here and on the back. That's okay, because as long as we can match up the pattern, we can connect that. Okay, hopefully y'all can see, but this is my setup. I'm using my Singer Heavy Duty. I have this magnetic clip that keeps the, I don't know if you guys can see that, but this magnetic clip here, this is just an attachment piece. Like, you can buy this on Amazon, which is where I got it. It actually has a piece of old needle. But basically this keeps your edges straight. So like if you're sewing with a 1 inch seam allowance, this makes sure that it's 1 inch all throughout, because I cannot do anything in a straight line. So I just put it where I want it, which is going to be 7/8 of an inch. So I just connected to that line. It is magnetic, like I mentioned, so it sits on the steel plate. I'm using the regular presser foot, and then I have my thread coming through. So we are now sewing the lining of the skirt. So I'm gonna lower you guys a little bit. So this is my lining. I'm sewing it wrong sides in, so basically inside out. I have my darts pinned. This is my back center, so this is gonna be, I'm not gonna sew this completely. I'm gonna leave room for the zipper. Yeah, so I'm sewing both the outside right now, and then I will do the center, and then I'll do the darts. So this is the whatever other side seam. So this one I'm doing upside down. I don't know exactly how long it's gonna be yet. I have to try it on to see. But yeah, so we're just gonna sew this. I'm gonna start off, I always tend to be like heavy footed on my forgot what this thing is, foot press thing, whatever. But I'm gonna try to go slow, because that helps to keep it straight. And then just remove my pins as I go, and then I use my little magnetic thing to like keep my pins together so they don't all end up on the floor. But essentially I just make sure my thread is through the back of the presser foot. So you want your thread to come out on the other side, and then so it stays like out of the way, it doesn't get like wrapped around this. That's a sucky situation. And then just go all the way down. I'm going to start with my with a back stitch. So it's gonna go forward and then backward to like lock it, almost like creating a knot. Okay, and then again I'm gonna try to go slow, going down and just keeping the edge of my fabric against this metal piece so it stays with the same seam allowance throughout. You want to keep it straight. And obviously you want to take out your needles as you go so that you don't break your sewing needle. So you just, oh, I went too far. So now it's a little hard to take out. And this fabric is just a stretch satin. It's not the best fabric. I just needed a lining. Y'all know we only had a few days. And then now when I'm done, I'm also going to end in a back stitch to seal it. I already did it, but I just wanted to show you guys. And then I cut my thread. I could also cut my thread on the side of the machine. This is a seam ripper, but that's mad thread to pull, so. Oh no, I think I snagged my thread somewhere. Sometimes I'll just, where's my seam? Okay. I'll take my seam ripper and just pick a place to take apart, like where it starts to get tight. And then I just pull this thread out on that side and then pull it out on this side. Boom. And then now this is open again. I think I might go up even further. Because you see how this side is like nice and flat and then this side is like bumpy? We don't want bumpy. We want nice and flat. So we're going to take out the bumpy side. So holding the fabric together since I don't have pins. And I'm going to go slow. Keeping the fabric nice and flat and smooth. I'm so heavy-footed. My bad. Originally, I was going to attempt to make the skirt match, like meet up with a covering in the back of the corset. We're not doing that anymore. We're going to have a corset backing, like a regular traditional lace-up. So we're going to be using a short zipper. The zipper is actually like it's perfect length, I think. Yeah. So it's going to be a high waist, of course. So we're going to be using this zipper. So essentially, what I'm going to do, it's a little bit confusing because I'm trying to figure out like what the right side of the skirt should be. Lining is different because you're kind of supposed to do it backwards, but I didn't do this backwards because I didn't really want it backwards. Yeah, if that makes sense. Whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure out how long the zipper is, essentially. I'm going to leave a little bit at the top of the fabric to cover the zipper. So I would have to fold this over the top of the zipper so this like pointy part isn't sticking out. So I'm going to bring my zipper down a notch. And I'm just measuring where the zipper ends. So I'm going to put a pin there. So my zipper is about, is about this long. So if my zipper is this long, I'm only sewing this much because I have to leave a space for the zipper. So we're going to sew this up now. Boop, 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 boop. And where I put that pin just becomes my starting point, obviously. So I'm going to backstitch. This I'm also going to do, I'm going to do this a 1/2 inch, I think. So I'll put this on my 1/2 inch line. I can always come back and make it a little tighter if I need to, which I'm probably going to need to because I kind of cut this ridiculously. And this should be easy. The sides had a curve, so that was a little bit, you know, more complicated, but this should be easy because it's a straight line. And again, just make sure you I like to pull my thread a little bit taut in the back there. Boom! Let's do it. Okay. Back stitch and then straight down. Oops. And end it with the back stitch as well. Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. And then now we can also take out the pins in the back. And now we have a skirt with space for a zipper. Perfect. So I've attached my zipper to my dress, my skirt, and I've connected, well, I haven't connected the lining to the overlay, that's what the zipper is gonna do. So I'm going to now sew the zipper on. I have to switch my regular presser foot to my zipper foot. I broke a nail. I broke 2 nails. We're not gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna drop that down, slide this in. I'm gonna do it according to the side of the zipper that I'm doing. So as you can see, the little foot has, like, the 2 sides are empty. I'll hold it up close for you guys. See, the 2 sides are empty. So that's so that it's easy for you to, like, sew the zipper, essentially. So the zipper, you're going to do it open, nice and open. It's going to be an invisible zip. We want to get as close to the zipper, the actual zipper, as possible. So for this one, I'm going to put it on the left side. Okay. Because why my zipper foot doesn't want to sit properly? Oh, get in my belly. I'm going to slide this onto the left side. And it should sit just like that. My needle will be on the left side and then it'll go closer. I haven't done a zipper in a very long time, so please bear with me. And any seamstresses out there, if I'm doing this wrong, as long as it comes out good, that's all that matters. This is like when they used to tell you in schools to show your work, but you got the right answer. You just did the wrong steps, but I still got the right answer, so that's what matters. No, but this should be good. So again, I'm going to take my thread. I'm going to pass it. This time I'm going to pass it around this side. Wow, I haven't done this in so long. Okay. And I want to just make sure that I'm holding it straight. And again, we're going to try to go slow, starting off with a back stitch. As usual. Okay, but let's not sew the needle, the zipper. Okay. Perfect. And I'm going to stop just before the zipper. And just like that, that side of the zipper is done. How pretty is she? So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, except now we need to switch the presser foot. She's not all the way done yet because we have to finish the bottom, but we should be able to see that zipper. Oh, I got to zoom out now. Sorry, yeah. There's my zipper. So pretty. And so, like I said, if you want to, you can top stitch just to have it like lay flat, which I might do, but that's not really my priority right now. My priority is getting this onto the corset. So let's do that now. It's finally time to sew the corset. Yes, this is another broken nail. So I'm going to use my zipper foot still. I'm going to use it to, I'm actually going to switch it. I need to switch it to the left side. That my zipper foot is on, and I'm going to sew down. I really need to go slow with this because I have a lot of pins. Again, I'm just taking out the pins as I go along. And even if I don't get it exactly on the boning, it's okay because the boning is already sewed onto the dress, and then as long as the lace is somewhere attached to the dress, I'm good. So I'm just going slow and making sure that I don't hit the boning. If I do, you'll hear it crack. And now my lace is attached to my corset in this area, but you can't even really tell, but there is a stitch going down exactly where the boning is. Perfect. Hey girl, it's been a while since I picked you guys up. Sorry, I ended up being in a time crunch to finish the dress. We did finish. We are now on our way to the party, and I feel like everything is happening for us to like literally just stay home. Like, I feel like the Lord, the Holy Spirit might be telling us to stay home because first my boyfriend came to pick me up, forgot his shoes. Then I forgot his mask, and masks are mandatory. So yeah, so we're picking up his shoes now, and then we have to go back and pick up my shoes and then head to Brooklyn. It is already 9:54. It's 9:54, so yeah. This light is like real bad. This light is like very yellow. Relax. Yeah, so that's what's happening. The pipeline of like troll to baddie really needs to be studied because wow, I did like a 360. Look at my nails though. Once again, Kevin 8. Yeah, so happy Black Love Day, happy Valentine's Day. Well, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Tomorrow we're doing something real cute with the kids. We typically celebrate Black Love Day, which is the 13th. And then we typically do like a family thing on the 14th. But yeah, today was just such a rush that we are probably gonna run it back on Monday. So yeah, it's been a rush. But this lighting is trash, so I'll talk to you guys later. See, it's like much better when I don't know.